Did someone say to me they picked you up from the gym this morning?
Yeah, you're well informed.
What time did you get in there at?
5:30.
Yeah. What did you do this morning?
Just weights and then
Were you
I was
getting new job painting or something?
Yeah, just weights and then I'll do some running this afternoon.
Oh, you really? So
Yeah,
you're clearly not giving up on getting a club.
No. I'm still, I'm still open and looking to continue playing for sure.
Saudi? Bit of Saudi?
I wish. I'm getting up at 5:30 if that was the case.
Wow, I'm sure you get something out there, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, obviously, I'll see what happens over the next few days.
Gabby's talking about it.
What? There's a lie there.
Not the way you walked this morning. What level do you think you could still play at, Dan? Seriously?
Yeah. No, seriously. I still believe I can play at the top level, for sure. Yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
Well, you got to go out there and get a trial, haven't
Yeah, and, I don't know about a trial, but for sure, I still can play at the top level.
You want as well, don't you, Rosie? You want to try a different league as well, don't you?
Yeah. It's something that I've always wanted to do, even from I was young. Spain, if I had the choice, I would have loved to have played in Spain. But yeah, for me, if I could experience a new league, new language, new culture, then for sure I'd be all over it.
A lot of the players that went to Italy, I remember speaking to Michael Richards when he went to Fiorentina, he said he loved it. Loved going abroad, trying to learn a new language, playing in a different league.
Yeah, so I think we would have played against Mika in the UEFA Cup years ago when he was there, and obviously Harty went to Torino, I think, and he said as well that he loved it. So yeah, for me, it's something that I'd love to experience.
Who are you watching at the moment? You still going to Tottenham a lot, or?
I watched Spurs against United.
Played well.
Did very well. It was nice to see, to be honest. I know it was a bit difficult last season. So yeah, I'm going in there after I've been here to watch the young kids training. So yeah, I'll be going.
Lovely.
Yeah.
See, Gab, this man takes an interest in football.
I know, man. That was my problem. That's why I retired at 31. That's my problem. But you went abroad, didn't you, Al, to go and play?
I've been in
Did you
Switzerland,
chase that money into Australia, didn't you?
Switzerland, Australia, America, North America.
What was your reasons for going abroad?
A bit of experience to learn a different language as well.
Did you learn it?
Yeah,
language?
of course I did, yeah.
What, Australia?
No, American. No, I loved it. Seriously, I loved it. Going to different cities and all that. America was great. I was only 18 and a half and went everywhere. Well, not every city, but went all over the States and Canada. Toronto, Vancouver was beautiful, Portland, Seattle, Dallas, Houston. Oh, magic. Lauderdale.
I think it wasn't as common, was it, when we was younger, Rosie? But you look at Sancho getting experience in Germany. You've got loads of players that have gone abroad and played now. And Chris Smalling, look how well he's done at Roma. And it wouldn't surprise you if someone like Erik Dier looks to try a new league, doesn't it?
Could he go to Bayern? I was talking to someone last night about it. Said he can't go to Bayern.
Why not?
I says, why? Is he good enough to go and play in Bayern in the Bundesliga?
You know him best, Rosie.
Yeah, for me, it happens to all of us. I haven't watched Spurs a lot the last couple of seasons, and I think he's had a bit of a difficult, back end of last season. But for me, having shared a changing room with him for about 7, 8 years, I know how good he is and the type of character he is. And for me, if Bayern's an option, it's something that I think he'd be able to handle without a doubt.
Well, I played against Ange, talking about playing abroad. I played against him in Melbourne.
You hammered him though, didn't you? When you got the Celtic job, he was
like, "Who's this?" I didn't know who he was. I didn't hammer him.
But you played against him.
Well, I don't know everyone I play against. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I think he's come in. He's had a good start, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's top class. So, I'm still close to some of the members of staff at Spurs, and I spoke to him a little bit last season, and whenever I'd speak to him on the phone, I got the sense that it was a little bit difficult there. And I spoke to the same guy on Saturday after they played Bournemouth, and it was just worlds away from where the team were and how he was speaking last season, and it's nice to hear.
But Rosie, your time at Spurs, you were used to playing. Remember, I played against your Spurs teams and the Spurs teams with Azarin and Bale, attacking football, forward to back, with fullbacks flying forward, entertaining football for Spurs fans. Then you get Mourinho and Conte, and it's a bit 5 at the back. It's slow. fans are getting impatient, aren't they? Spurs need to play that football they're playing now.
Yeah, especially the second half that I watched against United. That was like the Tottenham of old when I was there. You know, I understand that the chairman might have had to compromise, you know, how Tottenham used to play in terms of hiring, you know, Jose and Conte, because ultimately I believe that he thought that was the best way to win a trophy. And you know, had Mourinho still been there when they played City in the Carabao Cup final, you never know what would have happened. And you know, even, you know, up until the World Cup last year, Tottenham was doing really, really well. I think before the World Cup, they was like third in the league or something, and they weren't a million miles away from. It would have been Arsenal probably, who was top by that point, and it was just after the World Cup. You just don't know what happened, and you know why there was such bad form after the World Cup. So, you know, but as I said, it's nice that they've gone back to, you know, the Tottenham of old and playing attacking football.
Do you know, there's an interesting piece, I don't think you've time to read it yet, Gab, but in the Telegraph this morning, Matt Law, is it Matt Law in the Telegraph? Writes that Harry Kane was barred from the Spurs training ground in the hours before making his move to Bayern Munich. That meant he was not able to sort of face-to-face and say goodbye to the players. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I can't believe that either. I'm not sure how true that is. You know, Harry's obviously, rightly so, he's worshipped at the club, not only by the fans, but, you know, by his teammates and every single member of staff there. So I find that very hard to believe.
Were you surprised he moved on?
No, I wasn't surprised he moved on. Even though Bayern is obviously not a bad team, but I'm probably a little bit surprised that he's gone to Bayern. But it's a great move for him.
Started as we expected him to as well.
Yeah, for sure. I sent him a message, you know, a couple of weeks ago, just to obviously wish him well. And, you know, I'm not sure it would be the last we see of Harry in the Premier League.
I was going to say that, Rosie, because everyone was saying, you know, no way he can start. I remember Harry Redknapp coming on and saying, you know, I can't see him going. He's building a big mansion in Cobham. He wants to get the record.
Baby.
There's no reason why he can't come back.
Yeah, for sure.
You know him best. He's obsessed with goals, isn't he?
Yeah, and you see how the modern game is now. I know, you know, he's not a bit of a freak of nature in terms of his physique and how well he moves, but you see players now are playing until 36, 37, 38, and you know, for me, I don't know, I think he's about 30, 40 goals behind Shearer at the minute, Gabby. If he stays 3 years out there,
imagine he goes to Bayern, right, wins the Champions League
and the Ballon d'Or,
wins the league, and maybe it's a Ballon d'Or maybe, and then he's coming back. Imagine Shearer. I bet he's like, Harry Kane linked with Premier League club. He could do it, couldn't he? I'll come back and still get them goals.
For sure. Like, I know it's easier said than done, but if he comes back and has 2 or 3 years in the Premier League, he only needs to get, you know, minimum maybe 15, 20 a season. Exactly. And, you know, by his standards, that's not unachievable.
Ballon d'Or, though, Haaland, is he going to score more goals than Haaland?
If he wins the Champions League, though.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, if he wins.
And if England do well as well in the Euros next year. Yeah. So I think he's got a better chance, let's say, than had he stayed at Spurs.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.